Hey, it's Josh Simone here with Paul Rushforth Real Estate and OTown Eats. We're here today in Orleans to check out our first craft brewery, Stray Dog Brewing Company. Come on in. I'm here with Mark, Jen, and Justin of Stray Dog Brewery. Thanks so much for having us, guys. So tell me a little bit about how you guys got started.
And about 4 years ago, I guess, is probably when we had met through our home brewing club, right, in the East End. And when we got together, we would exchange beers with other home brewers in the area, and we just happened to just hit it off. You know, we enjoyed each other's beer, we had the same taste in music, we had the same philosophies, and just a lot of different things. And one of those things was, if we were ever to open up a brewery, what would it look like?
I'm hearing about you guys everywhere, it seems like, these days. So where have you guys been? I feel like I've heard about you getting some awards.
Well, our flagship beer is a California Common. It is based off of an award-winning homebrew recipe that we used to brew. We entered it in a few different competitions that had won Best in Show. So when we decided to kind of step out with our first beer, we ended up going with that. And it was also something that no one else in the area was actually brewing, so we wanted to kind of stand out a little bit. That was one of the things that I think kind of made us stand out, because a lot of people were like, what the hell's a California Common? You know, so we were kind of explaining that. And then, you know, once we got the doors open, I think we did a pretty good job of just trying to make this a community place, you know, a place where our neighbors wanted to hang out, our friends and family would want to hang out, anyone who's into beer, either if you're like a beer novice or a beer geek, that kind of thing. And we've been able to get the beer into some different restaurants and pubs throughout the city. And since we've been open, we've put out 14 different beers. So we have a new one pretty much every 2 weeks. Nice. And we found out not too long ago, kind of by accident, that we were named one of the top 5 best new breweries in Canada. Nice. So it was really interesting. My sister-in-law contacted us and said, have you seen this magazine? It's called Sharp out of Toronto. And we were like, holy crap. We looked at the list of other brewers that were in there, and it's definitely good company to be in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
And so you guys were both from Orleans. Is that why you set up shop here in Orleans then?
And you know what? This community has been, I would argue, desperate for their own place to call their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We found out early on in our research, the LCBO near the Superstore on Innes Road had the highest sale of craft beer of all the LCBOs in the Ottawa region. So that told us that there was a very educated craft beer demographic right here in Orleans that wasn't being serviced by its own microbrewery.
Nice. All right, tell us about the beers.
All right, so from my right to your left, the darkest beer we have here is called Jeanne d'Arc. It's our oatmeal stout. It is named after the famous boulevard that runs through Orleans. It's also named after Joan of Arc, which was also known as the Maid of Orlean. After that, we have our IPA. This one is Quit Your Job, and it's a nice, hazy, delicious, fruity, tropical IPA that is an inspiration to anybody that's ever wanted to just take that table flip and go after their dream, much like a Stray Dog would. After that, we have our California Common, known as this one. And then finally, at the very end, we have Anytime, which is our, I guess our lightest drinking pale ale is 5%, and basically you can drink that anytime.
And this is the one that you guys got started on, the California Common?
That's right.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool. So being like the new trendy, cool place in Orleans, do you guys find that you're already starting to get a bit of a following? Are you getting some good traffic here?
Yeah, it's funny because when we opened the doors, we started getting a lot of regulars. Started seeing a lot of the same people. But one of the things that we came up with even before we opened, and it's really gained a lot of traction, is our Pounders Club. And what that is essentially is 150 limited memberships It is a lifetime membership. It's a way for members of the community to sort of invest in a business without a large chunk of money, but still getting a lot of residual benefits throughout their entire lifetime.
All right, well, thanks so much for having us, guys, and let's have a drink. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
The Stray Dog.